Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the show where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hello, I'm Ellen. This is my great-nephew, Matt. He's from Kent, and I'm from Essex.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Trudy. This is Chris. We're friends. I'm from Stamford in Northumberland, and Chris is from Newcastle.
Couple number three.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline. This is my husband, Jim, and we are from Motherwell in Scotland.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Ashley. This is my dad, Charlie, and we're both from Cardiff.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks, all of you. We'll find out more about you throughout the show as it goes along. So that just leaves one more person for me to introduce. He's the brain of Britain and every other sovereign state that's also a member of the UN in its own right, too. It's my pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hi, everybody. Hiya. Of course, Britain isn't a sovereign state in its own right and a member of the UN.
No, it's not.
It's the United Kingdom.
Well, indeed. But brain of the UK doesn't sound right.
No, absolutely. I'm just saying it's worth...
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm glad Richard's here to pull us up on that.
You're going to nick my catchphrases.
No, I'm not going to do that.
I'm merely one of the all-time great catchphrases,
I'm just going to honour them from time to time.
I don't get a chance to use it socially very much.
You should do it more, maybe.
See, Brucey, every time he meets you, he can say, nice to see you, and you go, oh, to see you, nice. Whereas when I meet you, I can't go, I'll tell you what I mean by country. I mean a sovereign state that's a member of the UN in its own right. And then suddenly people drift off to other rooms in the party. Rightly so. It's going to be a cracker today, I think.
Isn't it, though?
Three returning pairs. We've got Matt and Ellen, who did brilliantly last time, got all the way through to the head-to-head. Our first ever, I think, great-aunt, great-nephew combination on the show. In our millions of episodes, first time we've ever had that. Jim and Jacqueline, who also played very, very well, and we made them do a cricket question in round two, which scuppered them. And Charlie and Ashley, who didn't cover yourselves in glory last time, but lots of fun, and I think have got a lot more to give. Trudy and Chris, good luck. But you've got three very, very strong pairs against you. Round one, the sort of thing that regular Pointless viewers will do very well at. And round two, a lot of fun. So I think there's much fun to be had in the next 45 minutes. No flipping.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Now, every question on Pointless has been put to 100 people before the show. Today's contestants are looking for a pointless answer. That's one that none of our 100 people gave. Find one of those and we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, Anne and Vicky didn't win the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £4,250. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. The pair with the highest score will be eliminated at the end of this round, and remember, there is to be no conferring during the round itself. Best of luck. Our first category today is science. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many chemical elements with an O in their name as they could. Chemical elements with an O in their name, Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any elements in the periodic table of elements with an O in its name as of September 2013, please.
Thanks very much indeed. Now then, Matt and Ellen, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going to go first. Again, you were first last time. Matt, welcome back to the show. Now, remind us what you do.
I'm a university student at Canterbury Christchurch University, and I also work part-time in a supermarket.
In your hobbies, you do a lot of sport.
Yeah, obviously, I love my football, love my kayaking. I love lots of any adventure sports, really. So, very outdoors person. OK. How do you feel about science, generally? It's been a few years since I've studied it, but I'll give it a shot. Sodium.
Sodium, says Matt. Sodium. Let's see how many of our 100 people said sodium. Well, he's right. 31. Not a bad score to kick us off with there, Matt. 31 for sodium.
Yeah, well done, Matt. I love the fact Matt says I haven't studied science for a while now. He's 19.
Now, Trudy, welcome to the show. Great to have you from Stamfordham in Northumberland. Know it well. Fantastic.
Your neck of the woods.
It is very much my neck of the woods. Well, and what do you do, Trudy?
I'm a legal secretary, and I'm actually a legal secretary for Chris's dad.
So you've known Chris all of his life?
Yeah, yes, basically,
man
just
and
about.
boy.
Yes, I've created him into the man he is today. And we sent him off to university as a pretty good secretary because he used to come in and help out in the summer. So, yeah.
Very good. What are your hobbies, Trudy?
I like to do Zumba. Zumba's my
Zumba.
thing. Yeah, I do that twice a week.
Zumba. Where'd you do
Yeah.
that? Stanford and Village Hall?
Yes, yes, and Matfin as well.
And
Just
Matfin.
along the road, yeah,
Yeah.
so it's great. Really enjoy it.
Good stuff. Now then, Trudy, chemical elements with an O in their name.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go for bromine.
Bromine. OK, let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said bromine. It's right. 31, our only score at this stage. You whiz past that, down it goes. Look at that, 5. Very well done indeed, Trudy. That's a great score.
Well played, Trudy. Welcome to Pointless. Yeah, it's a very smelly element. Its name comes from the Greek for stench.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, a lovely name for a child.
It's a pretty name.
Yeah. That's lovely. And is Sodium getting on with her? Yeah, he seems to really like her.
Thanks very much indeed. Now, Jim, welcome back. Now, what happened last time, Jim?
Second round, we were thrown out by cricket.
You're boulder googly. Yeah,
Whatever that
cricket.
means.
Jim, what do you hope is going to come up today? What's the dream round?
Music, any type of music,
OK.
bit of jazz.
OK, very good.
That'd be good for me.
And obviously, you're a passionate photographer.
Yes.
You've been a sort of amateur photographer, but you've now sort of do it semi-professionally, don't you?
Yeah. But I still don't want to lose the passion as a hobby, so I try and do the things that I really enjoy doing, like live music.
Right.
That's one of my big passions.
OK, now what about chemistry? I mean, that's chemistry is part of photography.
Yep. I think this might be a pointless favourite. Molybdenum.
Molybdenum. OK, molybdenum, says Jim. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said molybdenum. It's right, of course. 31 our high score and 5 our lowest at this point. Well, you passed the high score. You passed the low score as well. Very well done, Jim. 4 for molybdenum. Of course, time was when molybdenum would have gone even further down.
Yeah, molybdenum, I would call it probably. But you're absolutely right. It is a pointless favourite. It's been pointless many times, molybdenum. They use it in jet engines.
Wow. Thanks very much indeed. Now and then, Ashley.
Hello.
Ashley, welcome back to the show. Welcome back. We had an incorrect answer on S Club 7 last time round, but don't worry, we've forgotten about that. Now, Ashley, remind us what you do.
I'm a student at the University of West of England.
Yeah, remind us what you're studying.
Biomedical science.
Biomedical science. So I'm guessing, this is playing right to your strengths.
Pressure
Ashley.
is on, yeah.
At the moment, our lowest score is 4. I mean, you're going to blow that out the water.
I've got a few answers, but I think I'm going to go with plutonium.
Plutonium, says Ashley. Plutonium. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said plutonium. Well, it's right. 4 is our lowest score so far. 9. Not bad at all. 9 for plutonium.
It's first detected in 1941 and named after Pluto, which was, at that point, a recently discovered planet.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, let's take a look at the scores as they stand. 4, the best score of that pass, Jim. Very well done. Then up to 5, where we find Trudy and Chris, also strong. Ditto, Ashley and Charlie on 9. Matt and Ellen. Not a bad score, 31, but you are way out in front. So, Ellen, some more molybdenum-type stuff from you, please, if that's all right. Best of luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, Charlie. Now, remember, we're looking for any chemical element with an O in its name. Welcome back, Charlie.
Thank you very much.
Are you wearing the same jumper as you wore last time, or is it a different jumper?
It is a different jumper with the same pattern.
Same pattern. I like that swallow pattern there.
It's actually a bluebird.
I like that bluebird pattern there. Are they the same they must be the same family.
I'm sure they're cousins.
Blue house martins,
yeah,
swifts, swallows.
You could say they're birds of a feather, I suppose.
Wow, and you brought them up in every single colour they had.
Pretty much.
Very good. Well, Charlie, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Ashley's left you in a pretty good position there. You are 21 points behind our high scorers there on 31. How's your chemistry, Charlie?
I'll try. We'll see what happens. Potassium.
Potassium, says Charlie. Potassium, sounds good to me. There's your red line. Get below that with potassium and you're in the next round. Good luck, Charlie. Let's find out how many people said potassium. It's right. 28, Charlie. I think that's enough to see you through. Takes your total up to 37.
Yeah, it's the 7th most abundant metal in the Earth's crust, as if I need to tell you that.
Yeah.
Potassium.
Potassium. Thanks very much indeed. Now, Jacqueline.
Hi.
Welcome back to the show. Great to have you here. Now, Jim, of course, Jim is now semi-retired from his civil servant's job. Does Jim ever get you to help out when he's doing all his... Because obviously a lot of photography is lovely when you're there pressing the shutter, which is Jim's job. There's also quite a lot of hefting stuff about and just getting stuff and doing light stuff and adjusting things and holding things up, reflecting things. And does he ever get you to do that?
Yeah, I think the technical term is a camera assistant, but a photographer assistant, but really it's just a gopher. I'm just the gopher. I'll do whatever pick that up, fetch that. Yeah, but yeah, I like to get involved. And
but nice to be involved, yeah. Nice to go out on a shoot with Jim. Well, there you are on 4. The high scorers at the moment are Charlie and Ashley on 37, so 32 or less will see you through.
Yes.
Chemistry, Jacqueline. It's chemistry. How do we feel about that?
No, it's particularly good. However, I've been trying to study, so I'm going to say livermorium.
Livermorium?
Yes.
Livermorium. There's your red line. Let's see if livermorium. Have you studied that? Have you been looking at the periodic table?
Maybe one word out of the periodic table.
That sounds like a great word. Let's see if livermorium is a correct answer, and if it is, let's see if it can get you below that red line and into the next round. It's right. Very well done indeed, Jacqueline. Jim was our low scorer on 4. I wonder if you're going to go below it. It's a pointless answer. That's fabulous. Very well done indeed. That adds £250 to today's jackpot, takes the total up to £4,500. It scores you nothing, and it leaves your total at a very impressive 4. Very well done indeed. Great teamwork on podium 3.
Very well played. It's actually the most recent element on the list, livermorium. It won't be for long. There will be others along, but so I expect it to become a firm, pointless favourite in the years to come.
Yeah, we heard it here first. That's
exactly.
Great.
It's a super heavy synthesised element.
Kind of like late Kraftwerk.
Very, very similar to that. Yeah.
OK, very good. Thank you. Now then, Chris, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here. What do you do, Chris, when you're not helping out in your dad's law firm?
That was a long time ago. I'm an administrator at Newcastle University.
When you're not doing that, Chris, what do you like to get on?
I'm a very keen cricketer. Play for cricket for my local team.
What's your local team?
Ponteland Cricket Club. I sort of give them a mention.
Good stuff.
We've just won the league, the team that I captain this season. So
what fantastic. Been a great
year. So, yeah.
Good work. OK, well, Chris, there you are on 5. Our high scorers at the moment are Charlie and Ashley on 37. 31 or less will see you through. How's your chemistry?
I'm going to go with argon.
Argon? Argon, says Chris. There's your red line. If you get below that, you're in the next round. Let's see if argon can get you there. It's right. Yep, you've done it. Very well done indeed. Argon scores you 20. 25 is your total. Through you go to round 2. Very well done, Chris.
Yeah, argon. It comes from the Greek argos.
Thanks very much indeed. So then, Ellen, we have a contest on our hands. 31 is your score. We need from you 5 or less to keep you in the game. You cannot leave at the end of this round, Ellen.
The only thing I can think of is when I used to have a budgie when I was little and used to give it iodine blocks. So I'm going to say iodine.
OK. May the budgie force be with you, Ellen. Ellen saying iodine. There is the red line you have to get below to stay with us. Let's see if you can get down there with iodine. It's right, Ellen. It's right. It's still going down, Ellen. Down it goes. Down it goes. Oh, 6. It had to score 5. This is very exciting indeed. Takes your total up to 37. Richard.
Lockdown. Imagine the lights all changing and all that stuff.
Every time this happens, I hope we'd have a new lighting state and some music and maybe, I don't know, maybe a little procession of monks who come out in cowls and they sing Lockdown, Lockdown, oh.
At home, one of you keeps switching the light on and off and the other one do that in front of your eyes.
OK, now then, as it's a tie, the tied pairs have to give me one more answer each, and the pair that gets the highest score will be eliminated. Now, Matt and Ellen, you will go first. You can confer. This is where Matt comes into play, Ellen. OK, Matt and Ellen, let's have your answer, please.
Zayon.
Zayon. Zayon.
I just like...
Charlie and Ashley, let's have your answer, please.
Californium.
Californium. So we have Zayon and we have Californium. Ellen and Matt went with Zayon. Let's see if Zayon exists, and if it does, let's see how many people said it. No, Zayon, I'm afraid, not yet a chemical element. Charlie and Ashley have gone with Californium. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. It only has to be correct at this stage for you to go through to the next round. It's right. Well done, Charlie and Ashley. It's a good answer as well. Look at that. It scores 2. Californium. Very well done. So, Richard.
Well played, Charlie and Ashley. Matt and Ellen, I think you're probably thinking of xenon, which would have scored you 13 points. But there's quite a few pointless answers as well. Let's take a look at some of them. Dysprosium, fluorovium was a pointless answer. Holmium was a pointless answer. It's another old friend of the show. There's livermorium. What a brilliant answer that is. Niobium, praseodymium. It's a pointless answer. Seaborgium, thorium, and zirconium. All of those are pointless. Very well done if you said one of those. Should we take a look at the top 3? They're the ones that most of our 100 people said. Iron would have scored you 41. Hydrogen would have scored you 50. And our old friend, oxygen, 75.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our first round, I'm sorry to say the pair leaving us with their high score, it's Matt and Ellen. I'm sorry. I mean, the competition's been staggering today. Nothing wrong with any of your answers, obviously, apart from Zayon, obviously, which we'll draw a veil over. But this really is goodbye, I'm afraid, Ellen and Matt. It's been lovely having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing. Ellen and Matt. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. And so 3 pairs remain. Obviously, we'll be saying goodbye to another pair at the end of this round, but very well done, all 3 pairs. Trudy and Chris, nice low scoring in that round. Jim and Jacqueline. That's just exemplary. A pointless answer there with livermorium. Soon to become a stalwart pointless favourite, I'm sure. That won't be pointless for long. And Charlie and Ashley, thank goodness you got your dad here, because on your own, you came up with plutonium, which was OK. Allow you to confer with your dad, Californium, which was when it counted. So, yeah, very, very well done indeed. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 is comedy. It's comedy. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns comedy catchphrases from TV. Comedy catchphrases from TV, Richard.
On each pass, we're going to show you 6 comedy catchphrases. We need you to tell us the name of the show that they're most associated with, please. So there's going to be 12 in all to have a go at home. 12 catchphrases, 12 shows to guess. Good luck.
Thanks very much indeed. So let's reveal our first board of comedy catchphrases, and here they are. Bazinga. Listen very carefully. I shall say this only once. Smeghead, good night Seattle, and good mental health. I'm crushing your head, and you're my wife now. I'll read those all one last time. Bazinga, listen very carefully. I shall say this only once. Smeghead, good night Seattle, and good mental health. I'm crushing your head, and you're my wife now. There we are, 6 catchphrases from comedy on TV. You have to tell me from which show these came. Now, Chris, do you know all of those?
Some of them. I think I'm going to go with Smeghead, which I believe is Red Dwarf.
OK, Red Dwarf, says Chris. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Red Dwarf. He's right. 48. 48 for Red Dwarf.
Yes, common insult heard at Rimmer, usually by Dave Lister, who came on the show, didn't he? Craig Charles.
He did,
It's
yeah.
very good.
Yeah, very good indeed. Now, Jacqueline.
Yes.
Jacqueline, how are we feeling about this round?
Not
Quite
bad.
fun, isn't it?
It is, yes. There's 2 I know, 1 I could guess, and the bottom 2 I don't know at all. So I'm going to go with Bazinga, which is the Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory, says Jacqueline for Bazinga. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Very well done. 48 our score at the moment. You passed that. 37 for Bazinga and Big Bang Theory.
Yes, from the brilliant Big Bang Theory, Sheldon Cooper's catchphrase in that.
Thanks very much. Now, Charlie, you are the last person to have this board. Do you fancy talking us through it?
I definitely know 2. Listen very carefully. I shall say these only once. That's hello, hello. And good night, Seattle. And good mental health is Frasier. No idea with the other 2, so I'll have to go Frasier.
OK, you're going to say Frasier for good night, Seattle. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Frasier. Well, it's right. 48 our high score at the moment. 37 our low. 44. 44 for Frasier.
Well played, Charlie. You chose the right one of the ones you knew as well. Roz from Frasier was originally going to be played by Lisa Kudrow, Phoebe from Friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Would have been an interesting pairing. The other one you knew, you're absolutely right, it was Hello, Hello, but would have scored you 68 points. Now, you're My Wife Now, do you know that?
The League of Gentlemen.
League of Gentlemen, yeah, said by Papa Lazarou. Would have scored you 20. And I'm Crushing Your Head, do you know that? It's a Canadian sketch show called The Kids in the Hall.
Kids in the Hall, yeah.
And they do a thing, they put their... It's like you can do it at home now if you've got someone. You put your fingers together and then you crush someone's head like that. So I'm crushing your head.
Ow,
So
ow,
put your
stop,
fingers like
ow,
that.
stop that. That's really sore.
And if you said Kids in the Hall, very well done. Score 4 points. Best answer up there.
Thanks very much indeed. Well, halfway through the round, let's take a look at those scores. 37, the best score of that pass. Once again, Jacqueline and Jim are owning the show.
Amazing.
Incredible performance from them. Then we travel up to 44, where we see Charlie and Ashley. Then up to 48, not too far ahead this time, Chris and Trudy. But Trudy, you're going to be the last person to have the next board. Let's hope there's some nice things on there with nice low scores that'll see you through to the head-to-head. Best of luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 6 more catchphrases up on the board, and here they come. We have got Hello, Newman. Shut up, Meg. It's good night from me and it's good night from him. Nanu, nanu. Ooh, you are awful, but I like you. And now for something completely different. I'll read those all one final time. Hello, Newman. Shut up, Meg. It's good night from me and it's good night from him. Nanu, nanu. Ooh, you are awful, but I like you. And now for something completely different. Now, remember, we are looking for the TV show from which these catchphrases came. And Ashley, you're going to try and find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew.
Yep. I actually only know 1, and I think it's going to be quite a high score, but it's better than 100. Shut Up Meg is Family Guy.
Family Guy, says Ashley. Family Guy for Shut Up Meg. Now, you're on 44. High scorers are Trudy and Chris on 48. If you can score 3 or less, you will avoid becoming the new high scorers. There is your red line. Let's see, Family Guy. How many people said that? Is right. 35. Not bad. Takes your total up to 79.
Yeah, in fact, the best score of the round so far. 35, yeah, played by Mila Kunis.
Thanks very much indeed. So now then, Jim, you're on 37. 41 or less sees you through. How do you feel about this round? How do you feel about this board?
Don't know the top one. I think I've got a good chance with any of the other 4, but I'm going to go for Ooh, You Are Awful, But I Like You, and the Dick Emery Show.
The Dick Emery Show, says Jim. There is your red line. Get below that, you're through to the next round. Let's see if the Dick Emery Show can get you below that red line. He's right. Well done, you're through. 28, good enough. Takes the total up to 65.
Yes, broadcast from 1963 to 1981, the Dick Emery Show.
Really?
Yeah, pulled in up to 17 million viewers at times.
Fantastic.
Incredible, isn't it?
Yeah. Now then, Trudy, the moment of truth. You need to score 30 or less.
Right.
Do you want to talk us through the board?
I don't know what the top one is. It's Good Night from Me and It's Good Night from Him, it's the 2 Ronnies. Nanu Nanu is Mork and Mindy. And I think the bottom one is Monty Python's Flying Circus. But I'm not quite sure about that one. I don't know whether to gamble it. So I think I shall go for Nanu Nanu, Mork and Mindy.
Mork and Mindy, says Trudy. There's your red line. Get below that red line and you're in the head-to-head. Let's find out if Mork and Mindy can get you down there. Well, he's right. 48. Bad luck, Trudy. That's quite a high score. Takes your total up to 96.
It's a big score. Sorry, Trudy. I made a big star of Robin Williams, of course. Now, everyone's having trouble with the top one, but we'll fill in the other two first. Neither of these would have seen you through. It's Good Night from me and It's Good Night from him. It's the two Ronnies, and would have scored you 62. And now for something completely different. It was Monty Python's Flying Circus, but that would have scored you 40. The top one, do you know the top one? It's from Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Yeah. Would have scored 5 points, so very well done if you said that at home.
Thank you very much indeed. So at the end of our second round, the pair heading home with their score of 96. It's Trudy and Chris. Well, the good news is we'll get to see you again next time, but I'm sorry we have to say goodbye to you right now. But thanks very much for playing, Trudy and Chris. But for the remaining two pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Jim and Jacqueline. Charlie and Ashley are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £4,500. So now we have to decide who's going to play for that money, and to do that, you are now going to go head-to-head. The big difference being, of course, that you are now allowed to confer, and the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns London Underground stations. London Underground stations. Richard.
We're going to show you 5 visual clues now to stations on the London Tube map. Can you give us the most obscure answer here? Good luck.
Thanks very much indeed. OK, so let's reveal our 5 visual clues, and here they come. We have got A, B, C, D, and E. There we are, 5 visual clues to stations on the London Underground. Now, Jim and Jacqueline, you played best throughout the show so far, so you will get to go first.
A couple of obvious ones, I think, but we're going to go for E. I think that's Victoria Pendleton, so Victoria.
Victoria, say Jim and Jacqueline. Victoria. Now then, Charlie and Ashley, do you want to talk us through the rest?
We definitely know the 2 obvious ones.
Paddington is B. Obviously, D something to do with angels.
No, the Angel Islington, is it?
That's the hotel, though. That's not.
Is it a station as well, though?
I think we'd have to go on a punt, would we?
We'd have to.
Should we go for it?
Yeah, go on then.
So we'll go for D as Angel Islington.
OK, you're going to say Angel Islington for D. Angel Islington. Jim and Jacqueline have said Victoria. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Victoria for E. Is right. $22. $22 for Victoria. Now, Charlie and Ashley, you have said Angel Islington for D. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Angel Islington. Bad luck, an incorrect answer, I'm afraid, which means Jim and Jacqueline, after 1 question, you are up 1-0.
It's just Angel, guys. It would have scored too many points anyway. It would have scored 48 points, but that's the name of the station is Angel. Let's take a look at the rest of the board. A is the best answer up there. That's the Golden Temple at Amritsar, so Temple is the answer there. Would have scored you 5 points. B is Paddington, of course. 91 points for Paddington. And C...
Oval.
Oval, yeah, it's Oval. And that would have scored you 31. I was thinking black hole,
yeah.
What's tunnel? Yeah, it's just an oval.
Thanks very much indeed. So here comes your second question. Charlie and Ashley, you'll get to answer this one first, but you have to win it to stay in the game, so best of luck. It concerns rugby union. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 clues now to facts about the sport of rugby union. Can you give us the most obscure answer? Good luck.
Thanks very much. Let's reveal our 5 clues, and here they come. We have got Coach of the England team that won the 2003 World Cup. Duration of each half of play. The number of points given for a try in rugby union. Name of the rugby school pupil who is credited with inventing the sport. And the number of players in a rugby union team's starting lineup. I'll read all of those one last time. The coach of the England team that won the 2003 World Cup. The duration of each half of play. The number of points given for a try in rugby union. The name of the rugby school pupil who is credited with inventing the sport. And the number of players in a rugby union team's starting lineup. There we are, 5 clues to facts about rugby. Charlie and Ashley, you'll go first.
We're going to go for the name of the rugby school pupil, and that's Webb Ellis.
Webb Ellis, say Charlie and Ashley. Webb Ellis. Now then, Jim and Jacqueline. Do you want to talk us through the rest of the board?
Don't know the top one. I think second one's 40 minutes, 6 points for a try, and 15 in a starting lineup, so 15.
OK, 15 in the starting lineup, say Jim and Jacqueline. So Webb Ellis, said Charlie and Ashley. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said that. Absolutely right, of course. Very well done, 10. 10 for Webb Ellis. Jim and Jacqueline, you have said 15 in each team's starting lineup. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said that. Well done. Is it going to be 10, though? No, it's not. 34. Well done, Charlie and Ashley. That's exactly what we required of you. You're back in the game after 2 questions. It's 1-1.
Well played, guys. You couldn't have beaten William Webb Ellis. It's the best answer up there. Let's take a look at the other 3. The best one of the remaining ones is the coach. That was Sir Clive Woodward. He would have scored you 14 points. The duration of each half, I'm sure you all know, is 40 minutes. Would have scored you 47 points. And the number of points is 5. And that would have scored you 24 points.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So here comes your third question. This is the decider. Whoever wins this goes through to the final and plays for that decent jackpot. Best of luck to both pairs. It concerns Jane Austen novels. Jane Austen novels. Richard.
We're going to show you the titles of 5 Jane Austen novels now, but we're only going to show you the number of letters in each word of the title. Can you work out which novels are up there? Very best of luck.
Thanks very much. Let's reveal our 5 clues to Jane Austen titles, and here they are. 4, 10, 5, 3, 9, 10, 5, and 5, 3, 11. I'll read those again. 4, 10, 5, 3, 9, 10, 5, and 5, 3, 11. Jim and Jacqueline, you will go first.
OK, we know a few of them, but we're going to go for the bottom one, and we're going to say Sense and Sensibility.
Sense and Sensibility, say Jim and Jacqueline. OK. Now, Charlie and Ashley, do you fancy taking us through the board?
No. We could add all the numbers up.
Pride and Prejudice is the middle one, but...
We'd have to go for that. That's the only one we can go for.
Is there 10 letters in Atonement? Should we just gamble on that? Because Pride and Prejudice is not going to win, is it?
OK, then go on then.
Should we just guess at the one with 10 letters on its own, Atonement?
OK, you're going to say Atonement. Charlie and Ashley say Atonement. So, Jim and Jacqueline said Sense and Sensibility. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said Sense and Sensibility. Is right. 36. Now, Charlie and Ashley have said the 10-letter one is Atonement. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Atonement. Bad luck, Charlie and Ashley. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means Jim and Jacqueline, after 3 questions, you are through to the final 2-1.
Well played, Jim and Jacqueline. Sorry, guys, yeah, Atonement's only got 9 letters. If you put an S on the end for Atonements, you would have scored 100 points, because Atonement's an Ian McEwan novel, but Keira Knightley was in the film of it, and she was in the film of Pride and Prejudice as well. But it's Persuasion is the 10-letter one, and that would have scored you 32 points. Pride and Prejudice just below it. That would have scored 57, so wouldn't have won you the points. You did well to risk it, to be honest. The one at the top is...
Emma.
Emma. That's the biggest scorer, actually. 66 points for that. Beat Pride and Prejudice even. And 10-5.
Northanger Abbey.
Northanger Abbey for 30 points. So actually, Northanger Abbey is the best answer there.
Thanks very much indeed. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, I'm afraid it's Charlie and Ashley. What a great performance today, though. Fantastic performance right the way through to the head-to-head, but I'm afraid this is where we say goodbye. It's been great having you on the show. Thank you so much for playing. Charlie and Ashley.
Cheers. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
But for Jim and Jacqueline, it's now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Jim and Jacqueline. You fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £4,500. Well, we've taken you on a pretty thorough tour of general knowledge. We started off with chemical elements with an O in their name, then we had comedy catchphrases, then we had clues to the London Underground, then we had rugby questions, then we had Jane Austen, and here you are with a pointless answer in your back pocket as well for Livermorium, which is wonderful. Now, as always, you kick this round off by choosing your category, and you have 4 options to choose from. They are British Formula 1, dance acts, US cities in popular culture, and famous vans.
Formula 1, no. Famous vans, can't even think.
No, we'll go for dance acts in the hope that it's a music question, not dance.
OK, you're going to go for dance acts. Dance acts.
OK, good luck, guys. I'm going to give you 3 options here. We're looking for any UK top 40 single credited to any of the following acts, please. We're looking for any Daft Punk UK top 40 single. We're looking for any Fatboy Slim UK top 40 single, or any Prodigy top 40 single. So any UK top 40 single credited to one of those 3 artists, please. And all of those are up to August 2013.
OK, thanks very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that jackpot, £4,500, is for just one of those answers to be pointless. But do remember that the answers you give can come from any of these categories, and it's up to you how you spread them across. They can all come from the same one if you like, or 1 from each, 2 from one from another. Entirely up to you. Are you ready?
Yes.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
OK, so Daft Punk, you've obviously got Get Lucky, which is too recent. What about, is it Celebrate? Is that Daft Punk? Fatboy Slim, you've got...
Praise You. 2 obvious.
Firestarter, too big. Fatboy Slim. Drawing a blank here.
I know, I'm into a blank. Any other Daft Punk?
No, unless something off of the newest album. I'm not sure. No.
10 seconds left.
No, I didn't say Praise You, even though it's so obvious. Say
Funk Soul Brother.
OK, that's your time up. I now need your 3 answers. What are you going to give me?
Fatboy Slim.
Praise You.
Praise You.
Praise You.
Daft Punk, Celebrate.
Celebrate.
And...
Firestarter.
The Prodigy, Firestarter.
Firestarter. OK. Now, of those 3, which is your most likely to be pointless, do you think?
Praise You.
Praise You, Fatboy
OK,
Slim.
Praise You. We'll pop that last. Least likely?
Daft Punk.
Daft Punk.
Daft Punk.
Yeah.
The Daft Punk one, Celebrate. Yeah. OK, let's pop those up on the board in that order, and here they are. We have got Celebrate, Firestarter, Praise You. Well, very best of luck. Your first answer, Celebrate, you thought was probably the least likely to be pointless, but remember, only one of them has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. £4,500. What would you do if you won it, Jim?
Probably New York, for me.
New York, Jacqueline?
Well, it's my mum's 70th birthday next year. I would like to take her to Paris, so I would...
After we've been to Paris, I've got New York.
Lovely. OK, well, best of luck. 3 perfectly good answers on the board. Who knows? Maybe one of them might be pointless. Well, Celebrate, as I say, was your least confident answer. Let's find out if that is indeed a Daft Punk song for £4,500. How many people said it? No, bad luck. An incorrect answer, I'm afraid. Mind you, you weren't expecting that to be pointless. So that's fine. Only 2 more shots at today's jackpot. Your next answer is Firestarter. Again, this has to be correct, then it has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. So for £4,500, let's find out how many people said Firestarter was a Prodigy single. Well, it's right. Your first answer, Celebrate, was an incorrect answer. Your second answer scores 58. That's a big score for Firestarter there. Only 1 more chance to win today's jackpot. Everything is now riding on Praise You. You thought this was probably your most likely of the 3 to be pointless. Let's hope that it is. It has to be correct, then it has to be pointless to win that jackpot for £4,500. Let's find out how many people said Praise You was a Fatboy Slim single. Well, it's right. Your first answer, Celebrate, was an incorrect answer. Your second answer, Firestarter, scored 58. Now, Praise You by Fatboy Slim stops at 20. Oh, bad luck. Well, that was a valiant attempt. It was quite a tough round for you, that one, I think. But unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, which means you don't win today's jackpot of £4,500. That will roll over onto the next show, but we really enjoyed having you on the show, on both shows, in fact. And you do, of course, get to take home a pointless trophy, so very well done.
Thank you.
Richard.
Yeah, well played, guys. Sorry about that. Celebrate, the Daft Punk song you're thinking of is One More Time, which has the Celebrate in the... so would have scored you 11 points. One More Time. Their biggest scorers around the world would have got even more, 19. Get Lucky would have scored you 33. There's a few pointless answers from each of these categories, though, and there's some hits up there as well. For Daft Punk, Burnin' would have won you the money. Digital Love, which is one of their big hits, would have been a pointless answer, as would Musique. Let's take a look at Fatboy Slim. Demons is a pointless answer, Star 69, Sunset Bird of Prey. Your Mama was a pointless answer, Everybody Needs a 303, also a pointless answer for Fatboy Slim. And for the Prodigy, Baby's Got a Temper was a pointless answer. Fire was a pointless answer. It's a double A side with Jericho, which would have scored you 1 point. One Love was a pointless answer. That was would have been a good one. And Rough in the Jungle Business, of course, which is a double A side with Out of Space, which would have scored you 2.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Well, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you, Jim and Jacqueline, but it's been brilliant having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing. Jim and Jacqueline. Well, sadly, Jim and Jacqueline didn't win our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show when we will be playing for £5,500. Join us next time, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.